standing up for the troops. And this is a story breaking overnight now.
This is a big one.
In the New York Times. The president may be preparing pardons for servicemen accused of war crimes. Pete, this is something you've been on.
Yeah, first of all, I can't stand that headline, accused of war crimes. These are men who went into the most dangerous places on earth with a job to defend us and made tough calls on a moment's notice. They're not war criminals. They're warriors who have now been accused of certain things that are under review. Here's a couple of the potential pardons that could come from this president by Memorial Day. This is included in the article. Special Operations Chief Eddie Gallagher, who we've talked about on this program, Major Matt Goldstein, also talked about on this program, and Clint Lorentz, the first lieutenant who made a tough call in the moment to defend his platoon. This is very heartening for guys like me and others in the service who look at the previous administration, whether it was the trading terrorists to get a deserter in Bo Bergdahl, who basically got a slap on the wrist, a pardon of Bradley Manning. I mean, you had a culture of coddling and not defending the warfighter. Trump's done a total 180 on this.
Yeah, and
I
think this will be a very unifying force in favor of what he's doing. I mean, if there's one thing that unites people around the country, it is a love of our military and a love for those who have served. Julie Goldstein, the wife of Matthew Goldstein, has talked a lot about the impact this has had on her family. She was on Fox and Friends Saturday. Take a listen to what she had to say.
There are so many sinister actors at play, and I am heartbroken as Matt's wife and a mother and an American that this is how we treat somebody who put himself in such grave danger to make sure that his men came home to protect the Afghan civilian population. This is not about truth. This is not about justice. And this is not about what happened or didn't happen in Afghanistan. This is about destroying my husband and my family.
Well, Pete spoke to her yesterday. You see the raw emotion she has.
Yeah. No, Jed, this should be a uniting issue. But the left is going to attack him for this, saying he's releasing war criminals, he's loosening the rules of engagement, our men and women are willy-nilly killing civilians. It's all garbage, but they'll attack him no matter what. Again, to the people in middle America who respect the troops and the tough calls they make, they're going to love this.
Yeah.
These are the good guys. These are the war fighters. And making a move like this by Memorial Day would be
interesting what some of those critics would have to say to Gavin Newsom, the Democratic governor of California, who just pardoned a whole bunch of folks, including some felons.
Yes.
We saw Jerry Brown, his predecessor, do that
They're all about second chances for everybody. These guys, how about a second chance for these folks?
I think we have to distinguish, too, between the leftist politicians and the Democratic voters around the country who so many of them feel disconnected from that language. So, yeah, the left will rip President Trump on this, but there's a lot of voters sitting at home. Yeah, they've been lifelong Democrats, but they care deeply about the military. They are pro-life. They feel that the party has left them, and those voters are going to have to make a choice when they go to the polls. Do they want to vote for a radical leftist, or do they want to vote for someone like President Trump, who maybe is a Republican and they wouldn't have thought they would vote for, but is sounding a lot more palatable?
I think those are Trump Democrats.
Yeah,
and you can see on issue after issue
had Reagan
like
Democrats,
this.
Yeah, you did.
There you go.
Issue after issue, you could see Democrats attacking the president no matter which way he goes.